Generally, I have always been a bit of a sketchbook addict, in the sense that I kept getting them for a very long time and putting nothing in them. And that was what I did for years. And then finally I was like, hey, I have a lot of sketchbooks that I'm just not using, and I would like to start using them. I kind of learned how to approach my practice more in like planning stages and thinking ahead about how I want to do things. And sketchbooks ended up being a very good way to do that, which meant that I finally started using all the piles of sketchbooks that I had at my home. I'm Sid Drmay. I'm a multidisciplinary artist in Hamilton, Ontario, and I make a lot of zines and do a lot of screen printing with the help of my cats, in the sense that they are on everything I make and in the way. I do a yearly per zine, which is a personal zine, which is basically like just a diary, and I do that like once a year, and a lot of the stuff that I have in my sketchbook will end up in that, just because I spend a lot of time just doing random doodles or working through some things throughout it. And then once it's like hitting that time of year where I want to work on my per zine, I just kind of flip through and see what things I was like going through in the last year and like what ended up standing out and stuff. So like, I don't know, I have this like just this page of slugs and snails, because I kept having dreams about slugs and snails for a while. And my front garden, just like we get so many snails, so I was just very obsessed with them for a little bit, and that page ended up in a zine. This is my 2019 sketchbook, which was a very chaotic year. I was in school still and a lot was going on. 2020, surprisingly, was a very lack of color moment, so a lot of the stuff in here is very sad, because I did not have a good 2020 like a lot of people. But I just went with a nice black and white collage. I think my main thing is that I just try and be very honest with myself within it, and like work on things that feel true to myself, and like if I'm scared to write down certain things, there's a reason why, so I should like think about that. I plan out zines in here where I'm just like writing down ideas of like what I would want to have in the pages. Random doodles, and there's a lot of, I don't know, I guess confessions and secrets. Use weird materials and products and tape things in, like this page is all inks I made. So I think the yellow is turmeric, the purple is grape ink. Rubbed a lot of grass and dandelions and dirt on this page. I've been spending a lot of time in the parks because there's nothing else to do these days. So I think that, yeah, as long as I'm honest with myself within the pages of the sketchbook, then I think I'm doing pretty good. My zines will start in my sketchbook in a lot of ways, whether it's just like random drawings that I end up doing that I pull into my zines later, or in this case, I was just having really bad anxiety towards the end of 2020. Shocking, I know. But during that, I ended up like kind of having a weird moment where I just kind of wrote down a bunch of like weird sentences that were just like hitting me really hard, of like, I was thinking in I am statements. So like, I am a chaotic ball of energy tangled in a ball, or I am chaotic energy tangled in a ball. I've already forgotten my own words. And like literally sentence for sentence ended up becoming this zine, which was just like a little mini zine. I just didn't really do anything with it. I just needed to kind of get the words out, and then I had this very specific idea of like what I was thinking of, like how I wanted that to look. And I thought the best thing to do would just be to make it. So I spent an afternoon just working on this zine, and it came out exactly how I wanted it to, which is almost impossible. Rarely happens that cleanly. but when it does, it feels pretty good. A good prompt that I like to use a lot of the times is I will spend some time, I have very vivid dreams very often, and I like to spend time trying to draw what those dreams would be, or make sense of them, which can be strange, but I don't know, this is like a goofy one I did for a while. So I would say spend some time trying to draw a dream if you can, but I know that not everyone remembers their dreams, so if not, maybe just spend one day a week being honest with yourself in your sketchbook.